Good morning. Welcome back to Tea Time with Leaders. I'm so glad to have you joining me. And today we're having someone else on the show, and so I will give him a chance to introduce himself to kick this off. Karibu sana.
Naitwa Heidi Mistari za Wahenga. H-E-Y-D. It's a corruption of Eddie. That's my stage name.
Oh, so the real name is actually Eddie.
Eddie.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I'm a poet. I'm a writer. I do write poetry. I write scripts, mostly screenplays, and also I'm a performing artist.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, spoken word artist. And we've actually shared a stage with the host. Yeah.
Yes, we have. Yeah. Now you have mentioned that you are all these things. I mean, where do you find the balance? How do you strike the balance between I'm supposed to be writing, I'm supposed to be performing, I'm supposed to be doing all this? How is that?
I think it comes naturally. It's me. If it's you, you don't need even to create a balance. It comes automatically. You can't choose when to breathe and when to hear. They can happen at the same time.
Yes. Yeah. Touché, that makes sense. I noticed you're always wearing glasses.
Yeah.
Is it like this cool things people just do because, yay, glasses are cool, or is it because of a medical reason?
Super medical reasons. Actually, back in primary school, I had from 2. I wasn't wearing glasses.
Really?
Yeah. So I had a condition, a medical condition, a certain disease called keratoconus. I know that sounds like a weapon that can kill an elephant.
It does.
Yeah. But it was a serious medical condition affecting the cornea of the eye. So like inakula cornea, such that cornea is where the light reflect na vitu kama hizo kama ulifanya physics. So ukiwa na hiyo disease inamaanisha reflection yako inakuwa messed up. But nikiangalia mtu nitaona sura yake like a broken mirror. Yeah, so my vision was that messed up. When I got point in there's like a bell classroom that I can see what's sitting on the chalkboard.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that was up to Form 2.
Form 2.
Funny thing is, I didn't get checked. I didn't come to the form. So you can imagine.
So you never spoke about this?
I did.
I
did speak about it. And thing is, nobody took it serious. Okay, lineage yetu, I come from the traditional lineage where I'm the first person to wear glasses in that family. Yeah, so I didn't know what was happening to me.
Yes.
And so they automatically concluded that maybe I just needed glasses. So what they did, I was taken to a hospital called Sabatia High Hospital. It's a high hospital in Western Viga County.
Yes.
And I got tested, and they didn't have the necessary paraphernalia needed for the condition I had. No, so they just gave me some glasses. The glasses didn't help.
So they just prescribed glasses out of nowhere, but they still couldn't find what the condition was.
I wore those glasses for maybe 1 week, then dumped them. Continued struggling until I finished Form 4. And then my eye condition was worsening. Got to the point where the news was I could be blind. Yeah.
What was your reaction when you heard that?
I don't know. I was terrified. I was terrified. But then there was this good doctor we met at a certain eye clinic in Kisumu town. So the guy recommended Lion's Eye Hospital in Nairobi. Actually, it's the only hospital that could treat the condition. So we went for the checkup. They had all those resources for the machine and you can test and so they can't do both eyes because there's fear at inaweza bounce, and so they have to do one kwanza wangalie when your eye ina progress ndo afanye nyingine. So they performed a surgery on me and I nikapata corneal transplant. You don't want to know where the cornea came from. You don't want to know. But
I want to know now.
adult person's cornea. Do you think there's anyone alive who can donate their cornea to you?
I don't think so.
Not even Jesus.
I don't think he would.
So they performed that corneal transplant to me, which was like a miracle. Because I couldn't see anything. Like, tungeza pitano za hata unaweka mbele yangu hivi I couldn't see you clear. So that was the state. And after the first surgery was performed, so Mgeza, I was actually seeing beautiful things, like it's like a miracle, like some Messiah placed his hand on my eyes and my vision is back. And so after 1 year, I went for the second surgery, and they also performed it on the left eye. But the sad news was that, in as much as I have my vision has been quite restored, there's still a chance that they won't be as good as they were before the
surgery.
So they had to prescribe glasses. But this time, the glasses that were prescribed were actually, they were not only swaggish, yenye nilipewa Lions zile glasses zile za wazee, those round ones. Everybody used to laugh at me in high school. So that your self-esteem pia ni low, watu wanakucheka, man, so this time we had glasses fitting, and they were glasses that were working. So I could actually read with them. So that was nice. And that's how I came to wear glasses.
Interesting. Now, through this time that now you can't see, what was some of the things that flashing through your eyes? Like, I won't be able to do this anymore if this sticks.
Yeah, the thing is, I've always been an extroverted introvert, which means I prefer to sit indoors and read rather than hang out outdoors and anything. So I loved reading. It had been integrated in me throughout primary levels. I grew up in a home with so many books, and then all of a sudden it gets to a point where for me to read, lazima nikibook hivi, I have to strain. That's how I did my KCSE.
And this is something you enjoy.
And this is something I enjoy, so imekuwa ni painful. So pia sisi soma hivyo juu mtu mbona ndio kitabu hivyo. So ilikuwa ni it affect both mentally. So I was so depressed and your time, and that was the state of affairs back when I was in high school. Contribute. I think it left a huge mark in my life, and I'm still, though nazasema ni overcome, but I'm still trying to overcome to date. Still trying to fight it. But thankfully, I'm getting there.
Doing much better. You said you did your KCSE exams, looking at papers like this. How was that?
It was terrible. A terrible experience. Then comes the second part. Second part of this story is that I passed my KCSE. Wow. Actually, the thing is, when one sense of any human, there are 5 senses. When one sense is affected, the other senses become stronger. Mtu akipata wakati mguu manini, unapata the hands become more muscular and stronger. So the thing is, I became so good at relying on hearing. Mwalimu akiwa class, since I can't see the blackboard in a BD, so I understand a lot. So I had to use my mind a lot. So I had to survive on hearing, and I passed my exams that way. Hata ili shock watu. You see, I shocked everybody. Like people couldn't believe.
Did you shock yourself?
No, I didn't shock myself because I knew myself. I knew my capabilities. You see, I knew what I was capable of. And then you passed. That's the good news. The bad news, I didn't go to university, yet I passed my exams.
So you didn't go to uni?
To date.
Till date?
Till date.
By choice?
No, by choice. I had a rare 100,000. You see, the thing is, I lost my mom at an early age, 2003. I never saw my father, so I was raised by my aunt. And the one was to pay my school fees. Alikuwa ni yangu. Alianza poa from 1 from 2 then maybe relax. So the thing nilikuwa na so the teachers used to love me because I was a bright student. So nilikuwa naacho nasoma tu. Sasa zingine nafukuziwa fee na narudi tu najificha na. So the fees used to accumulate. Nilikuwa nasoma shule yenye fee it was so ilikuwa mob hata 64,000 a year. Unaona, so unapata umelipiwa 10,000 pekee the whole year. Fee accumulate kumi na mshika huko mbele. From 4, add a free balance of 114,000. Okay, insist I have to clear the arrears before the certificate. I'm living certificate and the high school certificate. So after trying so many tactics, and at first you're a kid all along. Una wish. Dream yako ilikuwa kwenda university, especially after having my eyes back. So it is it can count zaidi. I should be happy, but I'm not happy anymore. So what then after some 3 years after 2017 I made peace with myself and said no, education is not only an institution. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to educate myself. So I started reading university books on university level, philosophy, psychology, and the books all in. Saying no, I'm going to educate myself. That's one form of resistance, and that's exactly what I did. So all this while, what I've been doing is I've been performing a certain kind of resistance. If the world wants it this way, I go the other way. Second thing I did was to start my workouts. Started exercising and to work because I was so low in self-esteem. I could never stare at people in their eyes. Then I looked down.
The star is our hanger.
Believe it or not.
My goodness.
So I'm a fan of Game of Thrones, and in Game of Thrones there are several houses. House Tyrell, House Lannister, Stark. There's one house, little known, House Greyjoy. So in House Greyjoy, they have a chant, or their house saying, you have to pay the iron price. To me, they don't want things given to them. Like to pay the iron price is, for example, if you are wearing metallic chains, you have to kill somebody and then take the chain from them and wear it. You have to take the thing from them. So actually, I paid the iron price for myself. I had to work on myself, like taking a chisel and sculpturing yourself from a mound of earth. That's exactly what I did. So I read, I exercise, and all these years, I don't regret so much not joining university because I've been share some audiences with those university students, but none of them can't. Why they believe it was but none of them are not bragging or anything, but I've outshined them in so many discussions. You see, so if you can point, you can believe that could have been a blessing in disguise, maybe because it made me know so much. It made me so self-aware, and it has helped me throughout my journey. So that was that, and yes. So yeah.
My goodness, that is literally just rising up from the ashes. Cause my goodness, that is crazy. So instead of giving up, you decide I'm going to read my way through life and I'm going to exercise.
I'm going to exercise and build my self-esteem and be self-conscious, and that's exactly what I do.
So how has the journey been on building your self-esteem?
How's the journey been? It has been tricky because people knew me back 3 years back. I was surprised that it would change. So should I have remained the same? Should I have remained this skinny kid when
you were skinny?
I was very skinny. I was very, very skinny.
Alright, almost everything you're telling me today I can't wrap my head around, but
yeah, so that was that. And it hasn't been easy, but like I said, I think that's a revolutionary act, and I consider myself a revolutionary on that sort. So I'm still on the journey. I'm not yet there, but the journey continues.
Yeah, it does continue. Wow, interesting. So exercising, you are go to gym. You're one of those guys who don't skip leg day. I don't even know what it means. Oh my god, I'm sorry to the leg day guys. I don't know what it means.
Nilikuwa 2 years back. Nilikuwa nakimbia. I used to jog. Then I joined the gym this year. Niko na less than 5 months in the gym. So ninaweza sema 2 years working out, aerobics and is jogging and stuff. And now right now I'm lifting weights, compound exercises. So you asked about leg day. Leg day are just leg exercises. Yeah, squats and leg presses.
Squats. That is. All right.
Yeah, leg days, yeah.
Okay. I hope someone else is learning something. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know how you. So you were so skinny the months back you joined gym.
No, I wasn't skinny because by the time nilikuwa nimeanza kunini being skinny nilirealize I wasn't due to not eating because I used to eat. Ilikuwa ni stress. So like I was so stressed and I was at the I wasn't even at the rock bottom because rock bottom as a pavement because at least on a base on the land. I was below the rock bottom where you're hanging, you're not going down, you're not going up, you're floating in a vacuum.
Yes.
So that was where I was. By the time nikaanza kujifind and I started exercising there, I started regaining my health back. Mtu ukiuliza mtu hawezi believe atinaweza nona. It's like a miracle having this body.
That is beautiful. Now, you mentioned, of course, having gone through some disappointments from people you expected to come through, maybe not in the exact words, but did you ever have years where you were struggling with a lot of resentment and why wouldn't you come through when you took this responsibility that you would do it?
Yeah, a lot because the thing is, I faced a lot of psychological torture, and that's the worst form of torture. Having somebody tell you you're good for nothing is worse than having somebody beat you up. Because, a lot of parents are so ignorant on psychology. Psychology really affects child psychology is so important. Because we are raised in a situation in kids are being told harsh words outside their home. Parents don't know how to talk to kids. Ukiambia a kid you are good for nothing, mkumbushe daily, chances that the kid will start believing that.
It sticks in the head.
Yeah, once the mind in a belief, there's a high chance that utakuwa hivyo. Most kids nobody's born in a particular way. Okay, their deformities, physical and mental and stuff. But I don't believe there's a kid when you're born slow learner. There's no such thing as being a slow learner. Just
it's the things you hear and then you internalize.
Then you internalize and you start believing them.
Yes.
You see, that's what in certain ghettos I wanna believe a male child is past 25 years, and I believe that. And before that, most of them die from crime and nini. Because ishakuwa ni part of them.
Cycle.
Yeah, so I was in a situation I faced a lot of mental torture from people around me. I faced a lot of that, but I had to overcome that because one thing that gave me advantage over the rest of kids when you were in situation yangu ni I had the gift of knowledge. I had the gift of reading, so ilikuwa imeniambia it doesn't have to be this way. You can still remake yourself. You see, so that was what has kept me all along. I'm a huge believer in knowledge, self-knowledge.
Interesting. So if you were to describe yourself, because like we're talking and understanding that identity is a huge part of who you are and how your journey has been. So if someone were to ask you, who is Mr. Wahenga, what should you tell them? Or who is, let's stick with who is Eddie.
Who is Eddie?
Yes.
Eddie or Eddie?
Eddie, let's stick with Eddie, because Eddie is the man behind all these other names and all these other things.
I don't know. Eddie is dead a long time. He was buried several years back. I can't even find traces of Eddie.
All right, so let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
So who is Mr. Riza Wahenga?
Who is Mr. Riza Wahenga?
Yes.
And Mr. Riza Wahenga is simply, let me just say, a pupil of the eye. That means I learn from what I see. There's a lot to be learned around me. I'm just a curious guy. I just want to keep learning and do my stuff. To me, art has never been about money making. And as much as we all love to make money from art, to me, art has been a channel to get things off my chest and to let the world know. The world know about my internal self. So Mr. Riza Wahenga is just a curious person who is still on the learning journey. Yeah.
Beautiful. Any highlights over the years? Like some big wow moment that you've had over the years?
Big moments. Highlights. Wow. Okay, to me, the biggest miracle in my life is having my eyesight back. No, it might not seem like it, but if you knew, with those who knew the way I was back in high school, know that it's one of the biggest things that ever happened to me. But there have been some small victories here and there, some small losses, but it's part of life. So major highlights, no, maybe this year, maybe. I wrote my first ever screenplay after 4 months doing it.
Wow.
A movie, 118 pages. I finished it and I got a serious burnout. And I plan to write 2 movies this year, but I've only written one. I'm planning to let it out, start marketing seriously next year. So I'm still on, bado niko nimehit as a writer's block.
Yeah.
Because I used to Phil can attest to it. I used to sit daily 4 months working on this thing, and I just want to get this thing out there. For the people who tried writing a script, they can tell you how hard it is. How hard it is to kuandika script, hata kama ni a steady play. So imagine a movie that's supposed to go for 2 hours.
Wow.
So to me, that's been a highlight of the year. Secondly, imekuwa ni moving out and having my own space. To me, hiyo imekuwa ni growth. Imenisaidia sana, imefanya yani nime-identify certain things that I didn't know. Yeah, so those small wins matter to me. Yeah.
Beautiful. So there could be someone out here who could be feeling like, well, I'm so done with life because things are hitting me left, right, and center, and I do not know how to do this anymore. Would you be having something that you could tell them that could maybe encourage them and just, let them push forward?
Yeah, I have one quote. Never forget who you are. The world will not forget. Wear it like an armor and can't be used to hurt you. Tyrion Lannister, Game of Thrones.
I didn't realize that. Beautiful, beautiful. Any parting shots?
Any parting shot? I'll repeat one that I've already said several times. As long as there's life, there's still hope. As long as the left side of your chest still kicks, there's still hope. Everyone can make a comeback. It starts with a change in the mindset, attitude.
And everything else will fall into place. Thank you so much for joining us, for sharing your love and wisdom with us. I am so certain that someone out there is been blessed by this series. This has been Tea Time with me, Felicity Moody's. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment down below, and share with your friends if this was a blessing to you. See you next week, same time, same place. God bless you.